yesterday's rain, some of you may be waking up to flood damage. What do you do?
A lot of you might be waking up like that. Sabrina Zimmerman is with Service Master Absolute Water and Fire Damages. Good morning, first of all, Sabrina. Thanks for being here. Before you were Service Man, you worked in insurance, and I couldn't help but see all the damage yesterday. And boy, are those folks going to be busy now. If someone has damage, what is the first thing they need to do?
The first thing they should do is contact their insurance agent or their insurance carrier. And not necessarily to file a claim, because a lot of these, unfortunately, a lot of these situations are not going to be covered losses, but to get advice as far as what direction to go, because the easiest thing for people to do in this situation is to panic and to want to have that knee-jerk reaction to put in a claim. And with the homeowners market being as unstable as it is right now, that's not necessarily what you want to do.
I wanted to jump ahead, excuse me for 1 second, about flood insurance, because we talked to a lady yesterday on the show as things were flooding and her car was messed up, and she said she already made the call and she already said, I'm not covered by any of this. I don't have flood insurance. She said none of her neighbors have flood insurance. She even said, I'm in this flood zone, not a flood zone. What are people like that supposed to do when they think they're doing everything right, and then the one thing happens that messes it all up?
Correct. And flood insurance is a tricky thing. Sometimes when you're buying a house, the mortgage company will require you to have mortgage insurance, and in that case, it kind of forces you to pull the trigger and to actually take out that policy. But for a lot of people, especially here in San Diego, we aren't required to have flood insurance. So unless you talk, before you move into a neighborhood, talk to neighbors, see if there's been any of these historic events in the last 4 years, 5 years. And see, because you can get that flood policy. It's a third-party policy through the National Flood Insurance Program, but your agent or your insurance carrier can help you figure that out. If you're in kind of a high-risk zone, that policy alone could be as expensive as your actual homeowner's policy. But if you're not in a historically, area that floods, that policy might be very affordable. It really depends, but talk to your neighbors and find out, people who have been there 10, 15, 20 years, what has this ever happened before? And do your homework before something like this happens.
That's a very interesting conversation nowadays to have about insurance, because on one hand, I mean, besides flood, we know getting fire insurance nowadays is almost like it's non-existent for.
Correct.
But then flood is one of those things. Like, I know when we have our home, I'm looking, well, do we really need this? And you think about the money that you have to put out every single month. But when you get into a situation like this, you talk about restoring your home from water damage when you don't have insurance to help. How much is it going to cost on average some of these homeowners to be able to clean this up?
The catastrophic losses are going to be mind-boggling. They're going to be very large numbers. On a small little average everyday water loss that I do for maybe a pipe or a toilet overflow or something, you may be talking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. These losses, because of the category of water, and what I mean by that is highly contaminated water. It may not look like raw sewage, but it might as well be raw sewage. That water that flowed through the streets, that mud, it's highly contaminated. You don't just put fans on it. It has to be disinfected. It has to be treated. You get dehumidifiers. And those losses could easily, just the restoration alone, could be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000.
What do those folks do if they don't have the money for that? It seems like this is a compounding problem on top of a problem on top of a problem. I
had some gut-wrenching conversations with people yesterday in that very situation, because sometimes I was the one who had to break it to them that you have to plan for not having coverage on this. And that's when communities come together. That's when neighbors help neighbors out. And if you don't have the money, I was glad to hear that they declared a state of emergency. I hope that some funding will be available to these people.
Looking ahead, it's always moments like this that it's like a lesson learned so that you prepare for the future. These are emergencies, things happen. What would you tell everybody right now is a lesson learned from this? We don't have this kind of rain very often here in San Diego. It's a lot of money to put down for flood insurance.
It is a lot of money to put down for flood insurance. And in San Diego, we're very spoiled. I mean, our weather doesn't really force us to do what they do in other parts of the country. Cleaning those gutters, checking your drains to make sure that they're working. People think of our houses as being waterproof. They are water resistant. They are not waterproof. Water does come in foundations. It does come in walls. And whatever you can do to keep that water away from your house is what you want to do. But in San Diego, we just aren't forced to look at that stuff very often. So if you do your due diligence ahead of time, I don't know that it would have helped some of these people that had the
Yeah.
catastrophic losses, but it might have helped somewhat.
I think a lot of people are learning about flood zone, and they're finding out what flood zone am I in, if I'm in one at all.
Exactly.
Sabrina Zimmerman with ServiceMaster, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You're more
the
than
time.
welcome.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.